Hello everyone, welcome back to another Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous video where today we'll be going over an interview by HollywoodReporter who spoke to Colin Trevorrow about the future of Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic World Dominion. So hello everyone, hope you're all having a fantastic day, and if you're not, I do hope it gets a lot better for you. In the meantime, do consider pressing that red subscribe button as it really would help out the channel, and also press the bell notification if you wish to stay up to date on all of the news regarding Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic World Dominion, as well as Evolution 2 and other Jurassic World titles. But without any further ado, let's get into the video. So Colin Trevorrow, somebody who has teased plenty of plot lines for Camp Cretaceous Season 2, 3 and now what seems to be 4. And Bumpy the Ankylosaurus. As you can tell by the title, we are going to be speaking about her. So loads of people have been asking what will happen to Bumpy at the end of Season 4. Is she going to die? Is she going to actually be left behind? Because as we know, it's imminent that a volcano is about to destroy the island in 2 years' time, and with the campers not bringing along Bumpy before the ride, we know she is left on the island. So does she get saved in Fallen Kingdom or does she not? Well, don't you fear no more if you guys are worried she's going to die, as Colin Trevorrow has spoken that she might be set to return in a future season. So in an interview by HollywoodReporter, they spoke to Colin Trevorrow about Camp Cretaceous and also Jurassic World Dominion. The Dominion news in this article is just merely about the trailer that's basically dropping and the 5-minute preview, so we're not going to go into that. However, this is what they had to say. After 6 months stranded on Isla Nublar, things are finally looking up for the Camp Cretaceous crew. In a game-changing moment for the animated Netflix series, the ragtag group of teens sail off the dinosaur-infested island. It's a move that paves the way for new kinds of adventures for the series, which spins out of the Jurassic World film franchise. And Colin Trevorrow had this to say: "What I like about this season is there is a defined victory. Camp Cretaceous has spanned the events of Jurassic World in 2015 and the start of Fallen Kingdom based around 2016 for the 2018 movie, which saw the destruction of Isla Nublar and gave the franchise one of its most heartbreaking images, a shot of a lonely Brachiosaurus on the docks doomed to die internally on the island. While the stranded campers have apparently reached a 6-month point between the first Jurassic World and the start of Fallen Kingdom, Trevorrow says not to expect to see the destructive moment portrayed in the movie. We've seen the island destroyed in a movie and it really upsets a lot of people, and I don't know if we need to double down on that. I think that's a one-time thing to witness," says Colin Trevorrow. Instead, he hopes to take the show's audience beyond what's been in the films and in a potential 4th season and beyond. If we're able to tell the whole story that we have plotted out here, that the writers have built, it will really give us a chance to go into some really new spaces that are a real departure from the movie, says Colin Trevorrow. People are hungry for that, kids are hungry for that, but you still have to do the work to assure that everybody knows that it is part of the same world. The Season 3 finale features a shot of a beloved dinosaur Bumpy, happy and with her kind, as the kids leave the island. Despite Bumpy being alive and well, some audience members are worried about the baby Ankylosaurus' fate, particularly knowing that the island will eventually be destroyed. Colin Trevorrow acknowledges he gets a lot of questions regarding Bumpy's safety, but suggests there's no need to worry. This is not Game of Thrones or even Avengers Endgame after all. Our franchise is a little bit less a kill your heroes set of stories, and I personally feel the death of some of these characters in these big iconic stories we've been following all of our lives is kind of a dry run for the death of our parents, for the death of our loved ones, says Trevorrow. They can be really valuable for us in a lot of ways, where you can get used to saying goodbye to someone that you never imagined you would live without. A lot of kids really love Bumpy, so when you think about how you handle that kind of attachment, you've got to be aware it's a very serious thing and you could traumatize some people. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, 2 bits of really cool information. Colin Trevorrow does not think at this point in time that it's worth showing the destruction of Isla Nublar again. This kind of suggests that maybe they had ideas to continue the Camp Cretaceous season, or series shall I say, into the future to around 2018 time when the destruction of the island does occur. So it's suggesting that, let's say, we could probably see some Season 4, 5 or even 6 later down the line during the events of Fallen Kingdom. However, the big important news here is that Bumpy probably won't die. Now, we don't know how this is going to occur. Maybe the islanders do go back to Camp Cretaceous after all and reunite with Bumpy and maybe try to take her away, or maybe after all of that, Bumpy could have been saved by, let's say, the Indonesian buyer in the events of Fallen Kingdom. We don't entirely know if that's Bumpy, but it's easy for the script writers to write that in. I know loads of people are saying, oh, it's a different colour and the bumps on the head don't match, but overall, you know, Bumpy's still a child. There's loads of dinosaurs out there that can grow up and change their skin pigmentation, and probably also the same with growing into their deformity of their horns, so it's easy for the script writers to write that in and say that Bumpy is going through that stage, merely a fact. But I do find it rather interesting that Colin Trevorrow does acknowledge, actually, a lot of people are talking about the safety of Bumpy from Camp Cretaceous, and with that being acknowledged, he knows how he has to portray it. Again, as he said, you know, we grew to love Bumpy, and especially some kids who are watching his show, they absolutely adore Bumpy. So to kill off her isn't really a good idea, in all honesty, because if they were to do something like that, people would be traumatized, upset. But then again, if they were to kill off Bumpy, it does make sense to do it during the island's destruction in 2018, because that way we don't really see Bumpy die off, and we know that she must have been part of that, and it's a little bit sad, but I wouldn't say traumatizing. As we know, Bumpy was actually targeted by E750 to be killed, but thankfully, E750 can't kill everything, and the little bump in the road for E750 was the Ankylosaurus. It didn't know how to attack him, and there you go, Bumpy stayed alive, and I believe we're going to see something of the similar sorts, where Bumpy won't entirely die, but somehow return. How she'll return, we don't currently know. We'll have to wait until Season 4 probably to get a better idea. I don't think she will be in Season 4, however, but if you want to see 10 dinosaurs that will be in Season 4, at the moment from anticipation, you're more than welcome to go check out my previous video on that topic. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash that like button and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Whilst you're down there, do press that red subscribe button. But in the meantime, stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Yes! Brooklyn! Darius! Watch out!
Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.